Hello everyone, JBH Gaming here, and I got to do something pretty exciting today. I don't have the recorded footage with it because my phone really doesn't take the best quality videos, but I gotta tell you the story behind it real quick. Friday, I had seen a bunch of things on the internet about the Crash N-Sane trilogy coming to a couple Best Buys and GameStops and everything. And the very first thing I did is I had to call because I wanted to experience the demo for myself because it's kind of not an even ground right now in the community. It's more people are going, oh, yes, this is good, stop complaining, or people are nitpicking to the smallest amount. But this was the best experience, I could get by, playing it for myself. So what ended up happening is I called, and the guy there, he said, oh, all we have is you can pre-order it. We don't have anything other than that. And of course, obviously, I was a little bit disappointed. But I had went today after my classes. I'd stopped by. I needed to check on my pre-order on Destiny and Tekken. I just wanted to see if I had completely paid it off. I did, and when I was about ready to leave, one of my friends at work there, I'm pretty good friends with him, he sat there and he was like, hey, you want to play Crash? And of course I lit up. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, what do you mean? Well, as soon as I had hung up on them, I was done talking to him on the phone, he told me like an hour later they ended up getting the demo itself. So I got to have a hands-on experience. There was no line. I got to fully play through the Insanity Beach level, Heavy Machinery, and then Hang 8 from Crash 2. So I just wanted to talk about this, and just kind of as a proof, I guess. My brother's right here, and I just shown him the picture, so I was just gonna, let you hear that, somebody did see it. I was there, and I actually got to experience it.
Yeah, I did get to see the pictures and everything. Everything looks really, really nice. They did a lot of improvement on the graphics from the original, and I can't wait. I'm going tomorrow to play it for myself, and then I'll give you my feedback on the next video.
Alright, thank you, bub. Okay, oh my. So, I have so much to talk about, and all of it's going to be good things except one thing. So, I want to get this out of the way, and this is the thing that I guess kind of confuses me in a way. Crash in the first game right now actually controls better than Crash 2, which is extremely odd because if you remember, and if you played the originals, Crash 2 it was so smooth, I guess, just so buttery, it was so good because you could, like, turn your jumps mid-jump. He wasn't really floaty, his control was so good. And he has some weight behind him in this. Like, it is not anything bad. I only died a few times in it, and it wasn't anything the game did. I killed myself, basically. I was the one that caused it. But that is the only complaint I have. The colors, the game looks great. Even just watching it on YouTube and just seeing the demos does not do this game justice. The TV that they had at GameStop is similar to the TV I have. I might fool around with the contrast a little bit, just make the game look, even more pretty and whatnot, but there's no filtering on the TV. It was just default TV settings, and this game was so beautiful. Like, it is amazing. Okay, so, as I said, Crash actually controls better in the first game than he does in the second game. I told my brother earlier, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, I love the PS1 game so much, but when this comes out, I have no reason to go back and play the original first Crash Bandicoot. This is the definitive way to play this game, old and new fans alike. Just the added little bit of, kind of tightening his controls a little bit and allowing, thumbstick controls in the first game made the game so good. I seen, demos of people, struggling with the jumps and everything, like PAX, Heavy Machinery. I died once, and that was on the Tanya bonus stage because I had misjudged a jump and I ended up killing myself. But, they had the difficulty levels and they said Heavy Machine was the hardest. I didn't die a single time. in the main game, and then when the embryo bonus stage had come up, I completed that first go. The controls felt so good. That is my main thing, because people were worried how the game's going to control, and obviously, I had just seen a little bit ago that they ended up having, I guess it was one of their people that's working on the game put an episodic type thing on Facebook. He was playing upstream from the first game. They had the island and everything. And with the couple months of development that's left, I would say the first game is basically completely done, and the second one is very close. Because I'd say here in a couple weeks, we are going to see a reveal for Warped, and then, they have about a month and a half to work on it, and then the game will be out. But the game is fantastic. I have no complaints about sound quality wise. It was perfect. I had actually, when I started, there was no volume on the TV. They had it turned down, and I asked them, I was like, do you guys have headphones? Because I had to hear the soundtrack. I wanted to hear the sounds. I wanted to hear everything about it. They ended up letting me turn the TV up in there, not very loud, but enough where I could hear it. And I was one of the people that was kind of like, the soundtrack sounds good, but it's nothing compared to the originals. The originals just had that, I don't know, grittiness to them. But when I was playing the game, I had turned, the way I always do it is I turn the sound effects down a little bit, and then I have, the music volume up so I can hear it, and that's what I did. It fits the game perfectly. When I made the last video I made, I said they're making the same thing, but they're making it new, and that's exactly what this is. This soundtrack is so good. It fits for the game. Crash looks amazing. The animations are so good. I kind of wish now, and like Greg said, I'm going to be going with him tomorrow, and we're going to be playing it again. I might actually try and sit idle a little bit to get some of the idle animations, and I'll go ahead and make a video about that. But the game is great. The controls and everything felt so solid in the game, and I have no complaints right now. The only one I said I kind of had is, obviously, Crash 2's needs a little bit more tightening, but the game was so good. I cannot stress that enough, guys. The game was so good, and I am ridiculously excited. This is taking it with a grain of salt type thing, but I wanted to tell you guys that supposedly this demo is coming to the PSN store here soon. So that's all I have to say, guys.
And then the thing is it's not about being a fanboy or anything like that. The excitement and the hype that we are showing for this game is because it has potential to bring back even more mascots from the early years of the PlayStation and things like that. And the better that this does, the more potential for other things to come back as well and have a re-emergence. So this needs support from people.
And there is a lot of people out there that is giving this game the support that it needs, and helping Vicarious Visions know that we appreciate what they're doing. They are doing an excellent job. I got to see it firsthand. So that's all I had to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, stay honest.